What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Degeneration Next Era of Wrestling, Episode 2. This is the first Smackdown after the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time. As you can see here, we got the Bloodline. Who can stop the Bloodline? Roman Reigns with his Undisputed Championship over his shoulder. The Usos to his side. They're still tag team champions. Who's going to stop them? We're going to find out. Let's get right into the episode. Kicking off the show, the Bloodline comes down to the ring, talking about how they're the most dominant faction of all time. Nobody can stop them. Then they're interrupted by the New Day. The New Day says, hold up there, we're the most dominant faction of all time. We got 11 tag team championships combined. We got 2 former WWE champions in Big E and Kofi Kingston. We deserve a shot at you guys. They're walking down to the ring. Right then, they're interrupted by Fight Night, Sheamus, Pete Dunne, Ridge Holland. They say, wait a minute, New Day, we just beat you guys at WrestleMania. If anybody's the most dominant faction, it's us. We should be next in line to take on the Bloodline. It ends in a huge brawl in the ring, setting up a match for later tonight. Next up, Adam Pearce, SmackDown GM, interviewing Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey says, I want another shot at Charlotte. She had to cheat to win at WrestleMania. She had a roll-up pin. I want to make her tap out. I want my shot again at Charlotte Flair in a submission match. Next up, we have a returning tag team. Breezango is back. Fandango, Tyler Breeze, they have returned to SmackDown. We got to bolster up the SmackDown roster, especially the tag team division. So Tyler Breeze, Fandango signed back with WWE, and they, in a match against Los Lothros and the Viking Raiders. I forgot to change that. It needs to be the War Raiders. I'll have to do that after this. And the War Raiders pick up the win. Pretty decent match, 51 overall. Okay. So War Raiders, booking the War Raiders strong again. Next up, backstage, Pat McAfee has an interview with Trish and Lita. He wants to know what's up, why are they here. Trish and Lita said they're tired of the SmackDown Tag Team Championships not getting the respect they deserve, or not the Women's Tag Team Championships. They're here. They want the Women's Tag Team Championships. They want to bring some prestige to those championships. So they want a piece of Sasha and Naomi. But first, they're going to take out the former Women's Tag Team Championships in Queen Zelina and Carmella. They're going to be facing off against them later tonight, and they're going to show them how a real tag team is supposed to be. Next up in the tournament for the number 1 contenders match for the IC Intercontinental Championship, Shinsegae Nakamura defeated Sami Zayn in 12 minutes, 54 seconds. Pretty good match overall, 61. And Ricochet was ringside for that, watching his competition. The other side of the tournament is, who is it? I can't remember. I guess it'll be a surprise when we get there next week. Next up, Adam Pearce. He goes to talk to Charlotte Flair. He says, listen, Ronda wants another match against you. She wants a submission match. She thinks you only won because you cheated. And Charlotte said, yeah, sure. We can have another match, but first she's going to have to win a submission match before that to see if she even deserves a rematch against me. So, Madcap Moss, Happy Corbin in the locker room. They're arguing over their loss from WrestleMania. Neither looks happy about the situation, but they put their differences aside and leave it together. So, a little trouble in the happy paradise with Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. See what that turns into. Next up, Okay, next up we have Ronda Rousey facing off against Shayna Baszler in a submission match. Ronda Rousey defeated Shayna Baszler by submission in 9 minutes and 59 seconds with an armbar. During the match, Charlotte Flair accidentally hit Shayna Baszler when she was trying to hit Ronda Rousey, costing Shayna Baszler the win, picking up the win for Ronda Rousey. She gets another shot at Charlotte Flair in a submission match at Backlash. Ronda Rousey was penalized for being in extremely poor form. 71 overall segment. Okay. Well, Ronda Rousey. 79. Next up, Drew McIntyre comes down to the ring. He talks about how growing up in Scotland, his favorite championship was the European Championship. He wants to revive the European Championship. He wants to become the first European champion in a very long time. That was always his dream as a kid, being the European champion. Right in the middle of the promo, he gets cut off by Jordan Devlin. He is here on SmackDown. He said, listen, I was the face of the UK brand forever. I still am. If anybody deserves to be the first European champion, it's me. I want a shot at you. Drew McIntyre says, okay, well, let's see what you got. So they have a match. Drew McIntyre ends up picking up the win, but Jordan Devlin is going to be sticking around on SmackDown. And yes, so Drew McIntyre, the European Championship, I'm bringing it back at Backlash. Drew McIntyre wants to be the first one to challenge for it. We'll see who his opponent will be. Maybe it'll be Jordan Devlin again. We'll find out. It says Jordan Devlin is penalized due to effects of going through personal issues. I don't know what that means or what, but still 68 overall match, so it's good. Next up, Sasha and Naomi, women's tag team champions. They come down to ringside. They're going to commentate for the match with Lita and Trish. And Lita and Trish defeat Carmella and Queen Zelina in 8 minutes, 45 seconds. Carmella and Queen Zelina were off their game. Announcing was good. Okay, so Trish and Lita, they just took down the former women's tag team champions. Now they want their shot at Sasha and Naomi at Backlash. Next up, Roman Reigns comes down. He's going to sit at the commentator's table and for the triple threat match that was set up following the brawl to open the show. And let's see what we got. Who is it? Okay, and about to have good heat and decent wrestling, Pete Dunne defeated Jey Uso and Big E in 14 minutes and 18 seconds. Pete Dunne pinned Jey Uso after using a foreign object. During the match, we also had Ridge Holland distract Jey. So, as far as performance, Big E carried them. 61 overall segment. Pete Dunne and Fight Night, they get that sneaky win against Jey Uso and Big E. We'll see what happens next week. I'm sure the Bloodline is not happy that Jey Uso just got pinned for the first time in I don't know how long. Okay, so that is the end of SmackDown. Oh, wait, we got a dark match. In a dark match, we had Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio. Brock Lesnar and Rey Mysterio had great chemistry. Okay, yeah, I mean, Brock Lesnar always has great matches against the smaller guys. That's kind of, the David and the Goliath. So, overall show rating, I don't think it was up in the 70s, but I thought it was still pretty good. I'm going to say it was 65. 67, okay. 67 overall, I like it. I don't even know what I have to get. I think I have to be over 70. Yeah, SmackDown, I need to get some viewership in other countries, so we need to go to broadcasting and figure that out. Okay, I'm going to finish the show and then head to the office. Okay, so we're back at the office. There's one thing that I forgot to do that I was going to do a couple days ago, and that is, unfortunately, I'm going to release Paige. She's my all-time favorite female wrestler, but she's unhappy and she deserved to be released a long time ago, so just going to release her and let her go do her thing. Okay, so now we're over at the broadcasting here for SmackDown, because, I mean, I don't have a lot of good deals for SmackDown. I added just a whole bunch of, so for SmackDown, just YouTube in a whole bunch of different countries, Europe, Japan, or so Oceania, UK. So I'll try to get some more exposure for SmackDown because they lose a lot of popularity each time. Okay, next up, let's see what's going on in the world of wrestling. Oh, also, SmackDown is going to be going head-to-head now with AEW Dark, so that'll be a good little matchup, huh? Yeah, nothing. Oh, new champion. Okay, in CMLL news, El Felino became CMLL World Heavyweight Champion for the first time last night. Cool. Titan. Well, how many different World Heavyweight titles do they have? Dang. Okay. See what AEW Dark was up to, huh? Thunder Rosa picks up a win. Varsity Blondes. I like the Varsity Blondes. I'm probably going to try to snag them. Okay. Show rating 49. Yeah, I don't think SmackDown will have too much trouble going up against them. Okay, so that does it for SmackDown Tuesday night. Next up will be the first episode of NXT 2.0 under the Shawn McMichaels helm, HBK. See what you got. So that'll be the next thing we book. So thanks for tuning in, and catch you later.